Breathing. It's something most animals do to survive. But did you know there are some creatures that don't breathe the way we expect? Today we'll explore how animals exchange gases, how some survive without oxygen, and how a few even rely on sulfur to live. Most animals, like mammals, birds, and reptiles, breathe oxygen using lungs. Fish breathe underwater using gills, while amphibians can use lungs, gills, and even their skin to take in oxygen. But not all creatures depend on lungs or gills. Take insects, for example. They use tiny tubes called trachea to move oxygen directly to their cells. Earthworms and some amphibians breathe through their skin, as long as it stays moist. Simpler creatures like jellyfish and sponges get oxygen by letting it pass through their bodies. What about animals that don't need oxygen at all? Meet Henneguia salminicola, a tiny parasite discovered in 2020. It's the only animal we know of that doesn't need oxygen to survive. Instead of breathing, it absorbs nutrients directly from its host. Then there are animals that don't breathe oxygen directly, but instead rely on sulfur. Deep-sea ecosystems like hydrothermal vents are home to creatures like the giant tube worm, Riftia pachyptala. These worms don't have a stomach or mouth. Instead, they host special bacteria inside their bodies. The bacteria use hydrogen sulfide from the vent water and turn it into energy the worms can use. Other animals, like Bathymodiolus mussels and Solimia clams, also team up with bacteria. These bacteria live in their tissues and help process sulfur into food. This unique partnership lets these animals survive in places with little or no oxygen. One thing stays the same for all animals: they need ATP to live. ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, is the molecule that stores and provides energy in every living thing. Whether the energy comes from oxygen, sulfur, or something else, ATP is the final product that powers their cells. For the end, here's a weird fact. Did you know that sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins can? By slowing their heart rates, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes, while dolphins need to come up for air after about 10 minutes. This fact reveals a lot about the diversity and adaptability of life on Earth. It shows how different species have evolved unique mechanisms to survive in their specific environments. Sloths, for example, have adapted to a slow-paced lifestyle in the trees, where conserving energy and avoiding predators is crucial. Dolphins, on the other hand, are highly active and need to surface frequently to breathe, reflecting their dynamic and social nature. Life on Earth is incredibly diverse. From the air we breathe to the sulfur-rich waters of the deep sea, animals have found amazing ways to survive. It's a reminder of how adaptable and creative life can be. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep learning about nature.